Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today between the San Francisco Giants and the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Saturday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, outfielder Elliot Ramos. And on the right, one of the best center fielders in the game, it's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. Now let's get into the starting lineup here first for the visiting San Francisco Giants. Leading off for the Giants at second base, Luis Arraez. Batting second, DHing for San Francisco, Bryce Eldridge. Batting third, playing third base, Casey Schmidt. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, Rafael Devers. Batting fifth, playing left field, Elliot Ramos. Batting sixth, playing right field, Jung-Hoo Lee. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Willie Adames. Batting eighth, playing center field, Drew Gilbert. And batting ninth, catching today for the Giants, Daniel Susac. And on the mound for San Francisco with a 5-7 record, ERA of 3.86, it is Logan Webb. And now let's get into the starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, DHing tonight. Welcome back to the lineup. It's J-Rod Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, playing right field, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Batting fifth, playing first base, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting sixth, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting seventh, playing second base, Cole Clutch Young. Batting eighth, playing center field, Mr. Hustle himself, Luke Raley. And batting ninth, the phenom shortstop, Colt Emerson. And on the mound for the Mariners with a 7-6 record, ERA of 4.23. One of our aces, it is Brian Wu. Tridents up, let's go M's. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon who is retiring after this season. So every stream this year, we will dedicate it to the one and the only Rick Riss. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Great to have Julio finally back in the lineup. Obviously at DH is not the same as being in center field, but hopefully we'll get him in center field tomorrow or in the very near future, and hopefully he'll be able to give us a little bit of a jolt. Again, things have been a little off since he's been out of the lineup, and again, we're going to definitely need the best version of Julio ASAP. Global broadcast here on Fox. So it is a global broadcast all over the globe, Giants and Mariners. And again, first pitch is just around the corner. Brian Wu on the mound. Leading off, second baseman Luis Arise. On deck will be Bryce Eldridge. We're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. And we are just a minute or two away from getting this one started. Logan Webb versus Brian Wu. 42-55, 20-30 record for the Giants on the road. 48-50, 27-21 record at home for the Mariners. And again, getting blasted yesterday was not ideal. You got to give the Giants credit. They did everything that they needed to do to, get the victory and some, winning 7-0 yesterday. And we hopefully have a little bit of revenge and payback here tonight. All right, they got Eric Karros and Goldie on the mic. And we know that Wu obviously is a much better pitcher at home than he is on the road. And hopefully we'll be able to get some good results. I mean, it started off pretty good with Bryce Miller, but then, obviously as the game kind of ended up, progressing, things got a little bit worse, as every pitcher after him came in. But I'm confident that we can get the dub today, especially with Julio back in the lineup. C in the building. What's good? Daniel in the building. Rebecca in the building. Let's go. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. All right, I got the Julio jersey on today. And I'm really excited that he's back, in the lineup, even though it's only at DH today. But it definitely feels like a more well-rounded lineup, and it should give us that shot in the arm that we've been missing since that Marlins, Rays, and that first game against the Giants yesterday. And we are just about ready here for first pitch. Global broadcast on Fox. It is not on Mariners TV. So if you are looking for the game, it is on Fox here this afternoon. First pitch from Wu to Arise. Four-seam fastball is high and away. 1-0 count. Sean in the building. What's good? Mike in the building. What's good? 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. Should be a routine play here for Cole Clutch Young. And that is 1 away. Nice job there by Cole Young with the defense. Arise pops up and flies out. 1 up and 1 down. Next up in the 2-hole, DHing Bryce Eldridge on deck. In the 3-hole, third baseman Casey Schmidt. First pitch, big swing and a miss with the four-seam fastball. 96, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Eldridge. Oh, 2 pitch. Foul behind the plate towards the T-Mobile bricks. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the first inning, 0-0. Giants and Mariners. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees with a slider, 88 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bryce Eldridge. One-two pitch, and a hard hit ball towards first, just out of range for Cole Young, and a single into right for Bryce Eldridge. Next up for the Giants, third baseman Casey Schmidt. Come on, Woo, we need you today. First pitch from Woo to Schmidt. Pops it up into right field and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Brian Woo. No balls and 1 strike to Casey Schmidt. 282 average, 19 homers, and 50 ribbies in 2026. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss with that sweeper high and away. 84 miles an hour there by Brian Woo. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. 0-0 here early between the Giants and the Mariners. All day in the building. What's good? Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-2 pitch. Popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Brian Woo. It started off pretty good with, Bryce Miller, but as the game progressed, it kind of got progressively worse, and then bullpen didn't do us any favors yesterday either. But really, the main issue yesterday was obviously the hitting, but we do have Julio Rodriguez back in the lineup, DHing today in the 2-hole, hopefully in center field tomorrow. 0-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking right down the middle, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Next up in the 4-hole, first baseman Rafael Devers. On deck is Elliot Ramos. And a line drive here up the middle. Toe tap on the bag, and that is out number 3. Great job there by Colt Emerson. All right, let's see if we can get on the board, early in this matchup and hopefully, take an early lead and not look back. But again, we will see, how this batting order does. Obviously, not having Julio for quite a few games has hurt us tremendously. But again, hopefully he'll give us that mojo that we're looking for. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, DHing today. Welcome back to the team, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, in right field, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. And on the mound for the Giants with a 5-7 record, ERA of 3.86, Logan Webb. Tridents up, let's go M's. 66 subs to go to 24,500. And it looks like we gained a couple subs already. Thank you so much. Shout out to our female audience, as well as all of our new subs and our regulars, as well as everyone watching in the United States, Mexico, Canada, South America, Asia, and beyond. Appreciate you very, very much. Still looking for our first dono on our dono train. And let's see where we're at on the likes here early on. And we're at 1981 to go. Good luck on the truck all day. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's go, baby. Martin in the building. What's good? First pitch here from Logan Webb to JP Crawford. Broken bat, little blooper. Throw to first, and that is one up and one down. Kind of uncharacteristic for JP in his first at-bats, in these last couple games. Normally he's a guy that's going to work the count, pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6. Since he's the most patient hitter on the team, but for whatever reason, he's coming out swinging on the first pitch in back-to-back games in his first at-bat and grounding out. Get back to knowing what you're good at. Work the count, JP, and that is one away. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. First pitch from Webb to Rodriguez, takes a ball low and away. Good patience there by Julio. 1-0 count. And obviously when we played the Angels, he was going from first to second. And as they were trying to get a double play, they hit Julio in the back of the head. He got a concussion and was out for the Marlins series, the Rays series, and yesterday's first game of the Giants series, which we could have really used him yesterday. 1-0 pitch, fouled off and out of play. Sinker, 93 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Rodriguez. And we should have Brandon Donovan in about a week and a half. So we're getting closer to being full strength as far as the 1 through 9, as Julio almost gets hit with that pitch inside. Sinker at 90 miles an hour, but we're still going to have to wait for Cooper Criswell, Matt Brash, and Carlos Vargas until August. So we're not going to be fully 100% until, probably toward the end of the year. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, low and away, sweeper fooling Julio. 85 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. Have the patience, Julio. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's go, Julio. 2-2 pitch. High and away. 4-seam fastball. 92 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. 3-2 pitch from Webb. And Julio pops it up. Should be a routine play here in the shallow right. Lee is there, battling the sun, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Next up is the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. First pitch is low and away with the sweeper, 85 miles an hour there by Webb. 1-0 count. One 0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Sweeper inside, low and at the knees, 86 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Let's go, Dom. One pitch, wild throw and wild swing. Just got a little bit of a piece. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. Have some patience, Dom. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 here early between the Giants and the Mariners. One-two pitch. Hard hit ball into left field, fading out of play. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. Beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. Not too hot, but not too cool. Just the perfect balance. 1-2 pitch. And Dom pops up. Shallow center field. And Gilbert makes the catch, and that is out number 3. End of the first inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. All right, see who's up next here for the Giants in the top of the second inning. Next up for the Giants in the 5-hole, left fielder Elliot Ramos. Batting second in the 6th hole, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. And batting third in the 7th hole, shortstop Willie Adames. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Kelly in the building. What's good? $64 subs to go to 24,500. Gained another sub just moments ago. Appreciate you. 63 subs to go to 24,500. Now let's see where we're at on the likes here early on. All right, we're at 30. Good start. 70 to go. All right, Brian Wu, 7-6 record, ERA of 4.23 on the mound and in the box. As we transition from the commercial break, left fielder Elliot Ramos, and on deck will be Jung-Hoo Lee. Trident's up. Let's go, M. Shout out to our female audience, as well as all of our new subs and our regulars, everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon who's retiring after this season. So we dedicate every stream to the one and the only Rick Riz. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. I mean, Mariner games are always packed. If they're not sold out, it's always close. First pitch is low and away with a sinker, 96 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch. And a little dribbler up the middle. Cole Young is there. Throw to first. Beautiful defense. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Let's go. And more times than not, you can count on Cole Clutch Young. Spain and Argentina for the World Cup final. You assume that Messi will be able to make Argentina victorious. I'd be shocked if Spain wins, but it is possible. Good defense there by Cole Clutch Young. First pitch with the four-seam fastball is low and away there by Brian Wu, 97 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch. High and away, four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 2 balls and no strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the second inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. Two 0 pitch and a hard hit ball towards first and foul. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. We'll have a early afternoon game on Sunday around 1 o'clock Pacific, 1:10, usually in that general range, I assume. But typically, usually in that 1 to 1:30 range Pacific time. Looking forward to that matchup tomorrow as well. 2 balls and 1 strike from Wu to Lee. 2-1 pitch, popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Low and away. Got him with a beautiful changeup, and that is 2 away. Nice job there by Brian Wu. Second punch out already. Ready to bring a little bit of electricity here early on. Next up is Willie Adames. On deck is Drew Gilbert. First pitch up the middle, going through Woo's legs. Young is there, throw to first, and that is out number 3. And you can, more times than not, if it ends up going to Colt Emerson or Cole Young, they will make the play. Great job. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second inning and let's see if we can get on the board. Next up for the Mariners, in the 4-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second in the 5-hole, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. And batting third in the 6-hole, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 63 subs to go to 24,500. Still looking for our first dono on our dono train, and let's see where we're at on the likes. How close we are to 100. And we're at 40. Good start. 60 to go. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, let's go to the bottom of the second inning. Next up is Randy Arozarena. On the mound for the Giants, coming into the matchup, 5-7 record, ERA of 3.86, Logan Webb. Hopefully Randy will be able to get us going here. And on deck is Nails, Josh Naylor. First pitch with a little slow dribbler up the middle. Throw to first. Randy actually somewhat hustling to first base, but out. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Next up is Nails, Josh Naylor. On deck is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Hawks in the building. What's good? First pitch with the sweeper. Takes a strike right down the middle to Josh Naylor. 85 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Most strikeouts, Felix Hernandez, Randy Johnson, Jamie Moyer, Mark Langston, and then Logan Gilbert, only 76 away from passing him for 4th. Little dribbler up the middle on the 0-1 pitch. Throw to first, and that is 2 up and 2 down. And that kind of feels like a reoccurring theme for, Josh Naylor. Just little dribblers up the middle. It seems like 90% of his at-bats have gone that way recently. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Yeah, Julio's in the 2-hole DHing. Hopefully he'll be in center field tomorrow. But they're just kind of easing him in slowly. First pitch to Cal. High and away, 1-0 count. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. Bottom of the second inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners after getting blasted 7-0 yesterday. We definitely need a little bit of payback and revenge. 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss, high and away. Cutter, 89 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. what it's about, Hawks. You know, it's always about the kiddos. Making memories. 1-1 pitch. High and away with a sweeper, 84 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Raleigh. This is a global broadcast on Fox. So if you're looking for it on Mariners TV and wondering why it's not on, that is the reason why. 2-1 pitch, high and inside, sinker 91 miles an hour. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Three-one pitch, big swing and a miss. Low and away, changeup fooling Cal Raleigh. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Take the walk, Cal, if it's there. And a little dribbler here by Cal towards first base. Toe tap on the bag, and that is out number 3. End of the second inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. All right, let's see who's up next here for San Francisco in the top of the third. Next up for the Giants in the 8-hole, center fielder Drew Gilbert. Batting second in the 9-hole, catcher Daniel Susak. And batting third, 0 for 1, second baseman Luis Arise. Try dance up. Let's go M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 63 subs to go to 24,500. And we're at 45 likes, 55 to 100. So far, Eldridge with a base hit, and that is the story so far, but hopefully we'll be able to get going at some point here within the next few innings. Brian Wu, 2 innings pitch, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks, 20 pitches, 15 strikes with a 4.15 ERA. And Logan Webb, 2 innings pitch, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, no Ks, 21 pitches, 14 strikes with a 3.78 ERA. Great to have Julio back in the lineup, even if it's only at DH for today, hopefully center field tomorrow. Try dance up. Let's go M's. Got to win today. Got to win tomorrow. Next up is Drew Gilbert. First pitch to Gilbert, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, little dribbler right past Cole Young, and Naylor rolls into right field for a single there by Gilbert. So obviously Julio's back in the lineup here today at DH. I assume center field tomorrow. And Donovan starts, his rehab process. And again, I assume that he'll be back in about 7 to 10 days. At least that's what they're saying. Next up, backup catcher in the 9-hole, Daniel Susak. First pitch from Wu to Susak. Takes a strike looking right down the middle. Sinker 97 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Top of the third inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss with the sinker right down the middle, 96 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Susac. And I assume once Donnie ends up coming back healthy, he'll take over at third, and JP will just be a rotational player, filling in, for Donnie or Emerson, if needed. I don't really see him DHing at all, considering all the other options that we have, but you never know. 0-2 pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs, top of the third, and we're still knotted up at 0. 1-2 pitch, low and away, 4-seam fastball, just missing there, even though it looked pretty close in the strike zone, if you ask me. 97 miles an hour there. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Susac. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Susac, and that is 1 away. Nice job there by Brian Wu. Next up, leadoff hitter with 1 out and a runner at first, second baseman Luis Arise. First pitch to Arise, takes a strike looking right down the middle with a sinker, 96 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, fouled off, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Luis Arise. Brian Wu on the mound, Luis Arise in the box. 0-2 pitch from Wu. Low and at the knees as Arise goes down to a knee. Sinker 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. See if we can get a little slow dribbler up the middle for a potential double play. One-two pitch from Wu. Popped and behind the plate to the T-Mobile bricks, out of play. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Top of the third, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. One-two pitch from Wu. High and away. Good take there by Luis Arise. Sinker at 97 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. And hopefully, Wu gives up 2 runs or less. 1 or none would be great, but, the way that things have been going for us lately, you just don't really know what version of our starting pitcher we're going to get. And a diving attempt, throw to first, wild throw, damn it! Can't get the double play, can't even get the runner at first. Yikes. Young's got to make a better throw to Wu. You have to realize who you're throwing to. Naylor is going to have a little bit more length with his arm and his legs, but when you're throwing to the pitcher, you can't make that same throw that you normally would to Naylor. You got to be better. Now we got runners at first and second with 1 out. And we know Colt Emerson and Cole Young, for the most part, are going to end up making a lot of plays on defense, but they obviously are in their rookie season. Emerson, second season for Young, and, from time to time, there are going to be miscues like that, but hopefully they don't score in this inning. First pitch takes a strike looking to Eldridge, 0-1 count. Runners now at first and second with one out. We need a double play. Let's go. 0-1 pitch. Good save there by Cal Raleigh from preventing that woo pitch. Slider low and at the knees as it bounces into the dirt. And if Cal doesn't get a glove on that, then runners advance to second and third. 1 ball and 1 strike from Woo to Eldridge. Come on, Woo. 1-1 pitch. Inside, changeup. 90 miles an hour there by Brian Woo. 2 balls and 1 strike with runners at first and second and 1 out. Eldridge with a single in the first, 273 average, 9 homers, 22 ribbies in 2026. 2-1 pitch from Woo. Low and at the knees, and he's starting to have a little bit of a meltdown here. You got to be able to, work past these things. 3 balls and 1 strike to Bryce Eldridge. Come on, Woo. Three-one pitch. Big swing and a miss, high and away. Beautiful four-seam fastball hitting the corner. 96 miles an hour, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Come on, Woo. 3-2 pitch from Woo. And a line drive into center. And it drops in front of Luke Raley. He drops it. Holy hell. Throw. And Raley bobbles it in center field, a position that he normally doesn't play. And that's why we needed Julio to be out there. He might have been able to make that catch. Instead of we have a 1-hopper in front of Luke Raley, and then he bobbles the baseball as he tries to pick it up. Runner scores. 1-0 San Francisco. A little bit of sloppy play here early on by the Mariners. Next up is Casey Schmidt. Error there by Luke Raley. All right, mound visit there with Brian Woo. Obviously a good time for Cal Raleigh and pitching coach with Woodworth out there to try to settle him down. Top of the third inning, runners at first and second and 1 out. And it kind of shows you when it rains, it pours, right? And again, if Cole Young just makes a normal throw to Brian Woo, maybe we prevent, the Luke Raley play from happening and whatnot. So, one miscue leads to another miscue, and then all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and you're down a run. So, and it's not like we've been scoring runs that well lately. Versus the Marlins, the Rays, and that first game against the Giants, it's definitely been slim pickings without Julio. And obviously we have him in the lineup at DH today, and that helps. But, not having him in center field, obviously that Luke Raley play shows you, having a guy as good as Julio Rodriguez out in center field is a must. 0-1 pitch. And that one is fouled off out of play there by Casey Schmidt. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Top of the third, 1-0 San Fran. Brian Woo on the mound. Casey Schmidt in the box. 317 average, 10 homers, 26 ribbies on the road this season. Oh-2 pitch, low and away. Sweeper missing there by Woo. 86 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Giants. And we got to be able to keep it close. Again, we don't want the game to get away from us. 1-2 pitch, low and away with a sweeper, 87 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Schmidt. Time is called. Two-two pitch, low and away. Sinker 98 miles an hour, missing there by Wu. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Schmidt. And after that Cole Young play, that was an off throw to Wu covering first. It just seems like his confidence just, went out the window and has not been able to paint the corners or hit the strike zone that often since that play. 3-2 pitch. Tries to jam the hitter, broken bat, and it's caught. Nice catch there by Colt Emerson, and that is 2 away. Nice job there by Colt. Next up in the 4-hole, first baseman Rafael Devers. 0 for 1, grounded out into a fielder's choice in the first. First pitch from Wu to Devers, takes a strike looking high and away, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour there by Brian Wu. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at first and second and 2 outs. One pitch, fouled off, out of play there by Devers with the slider, 89 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs, top of the third, 1-0 San Fran. Two outs and 2 on. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Devers. And that is out number 3. All right, let's see if we can make up for that little blunder and giving up that run. Technically, we could have had 2 errors, one by Young and one by Rayleigh, but Rayleigh's the only one that gets charged with one. But let's see if Cole Clutch Young can make up for that kind of wide throw there to Brian Wu trying to cover first a few minutes ago. Leading off for the Mariners in the 7-hole, my favorite player, Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Cole. Batting second in the 8-hole, center fielder today, Luke Rayleigh. And batting third in the 9-hole, shortstop, Colt Emerson. Paisley's, doing good. Obviously she's not wearing the cone full time, but while I'm working, she has it on. And obviously the tail is starting to heal up a little bit with the hot spot and whatnot. Obviously, it's started to scab over, and obviously things are, progressing. And hopefully she, won't have that issue moving forward. But again, we'll kind of have to monitor it closely. But it feels good that she's getting slowly but surely better. Let's go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Giants. 63 subs to go to 24,500. Still looking for our first dono on our dono train. And we're at 55 likes, 45 more to 100. Got 131 in the room. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. The faster that we get to 100, then we can hit the algorithm and the metrics, and we can get more individuals looking for the Giants, the Mariners, or just MLB baseball. Shout out to our female audience. all of our new subs, all of our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. See if this Mariner Moose can give us a little bit of luck. Let's go, Cole. We need you. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch from Webb to Young is a sweeper. High and away, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. And that's being challenged. Call is overturned. One-zero pitch in there for a strike. And a 1-2 pitch, a little blooper into left. There we go. Nice job there by my boy, Cole Clutch Young. There we go. Nice job, Cole. And there we go. Cole Young getting a nice single there into left. Let's see if we can bring him home. Good job, Cole. Next up is center fielder today, Luke Raley. Hopefully it'll be Julio tomorrow. And then on deck will be Colt Emerson. First pitch is low and at the knees, 1-0 count. One ball and one strike from Webb to Raley. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss on back-to-back pitches, sweeper and changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and no outs. One ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Raley. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Luke, and that is 1 away. Next up for the Mariners in the 9-hole, the phenom, Colt Emerson. First pitch from Webb to Emerson, takes a strike looking low and away with a changeup, 85 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away, cutter missing, 89 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. 1 ball and 1 strike with runner at first, Cole Young with 1 out. Bottom of the third, 1-0 San Francisco. Throw to first, and Young is safe. little chopper, and that is out of play. One-two pitch, and that is strike three looking. Down goes Colt, and that is 2 away. Back at the top of the order, 0 for 1, third baseman J.P. Crawford. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. First pitch into JP, takes a strike looking with a sweeper right down the middle, 83 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, high and inside. Cutter 89 miles an hour there, missing by Logan Webb. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Bottom of the third, 1-0 San Fran. Come on, JP. One pitch popped up and caught there by Logan Webb, and that is unfortunately out number 3. Reflect in the building. What's good? End of the third inning, 1-0 Giants. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Giants in the top of the 4th inning. Next up for the Giants, 0 for 1, left fielder Elliot Ramos. Batting second in the 6 hole, 0 for 1 with a K, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. And batting third, 0 for 1, shortstop in the 7 hole, Willie Adames. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 63 subs to go to 24,500. Still looking for our first dono on our dono train. Looks like we ended up gaining a sub moments ago. Appreciate you. 62 subs to go to 24,500. See where we're at on the likes. All right, we're at 69, 31 to go. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Shout out to our female audience, all of our new subs, all our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon who is retiring after this season. So we dedicate every stream to the one and the only Rick Riz. And hopefully the Mariner Moose will be able to give us a little bit of luck. We need a little bit of that Sodo mojo. All right, top of the 4th inning, 1-0 San Fran. I mean, it's much better than being down 7-0 like we were yesterday. First pitch is fouled off behind the plate by Elliot Ramos. Sinker, 96 miles an hour there by Brian Wu, 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss, high and inside, four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 4th, 1-0 San Fran. 0-2 pitch from Wu. Big swing and a miss. Beautiful sweeper there by Brian Wu. And that is 1 away. Nice job there by Brian Wu. 5 Ks already, 3.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 5 Ks, 52 pitches, 35 strikes with a 4.10 ERA. Hopefully we'll get him into the high 2s sooner than later. Next up is Jung-Hoo Lee. First pitch to Lee, little dribbler up the middle. Cole Young is there, throw to first, and that is 2 away. Great job there by Cole Clutch Young. Next up in the 7-hole, shortstop Willie Adames. First pitch takes a strike, looking high and inside with a sinker. 95 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, popped up and out of play. Slider 87 miles an hour right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Adames. Adames, number 1 in homers for shortstop since 2022. That's impressive. Over Seager, Lindor, Witt, and Gunnar. Shocking. 0-2 pitch to Adames and pops him up. Shallow left. Emerson is there, and that is out number 3. Good job there by Colt. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and let's see if we can tie this game up or potentially take the lead. Global broadcast here on Fox, not on Mariners TV today. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1 in the 2-hole. DHing today, hopefully in center field tomorrow. It's J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez. And we could really use one of these ASAP. Batting second, 0 for 1, right fielder, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. We could definitely use a Dom Bomb as well. And batting third, 0 for 1, our all-star this year, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Right hands up. Let's go, M's. $62 subs to go to 24,500. Still waiting on our first dono on our dono train. And let's see where we're at on the likes, how close we are to 100. We should be getting pretty close. We're at 75, 25 to go. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 San Fran. Need some of that Soto mojo from the Mariner Moose. All right, Julio. First pitch from Logan Webb to Julio Rodriguez. Takes a strike. Low, but in the zone. Sinker, 91 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0 for 1 with a flyout in the first. Missing the Marlins series, the Rays series, and yesterday's game against the Giants where we got blasted 7-0. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Takes another take there in the zone. No balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod, we need you. And we'll get Brandon Donovan back in the next 7 to 10 days as well. 0-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Sweeper fooling Julio again, and that is 1 up and 1 down. Next up in the 3-hole, right fielder, the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. On deck is Randy Arozarena. First pitch inside. And we get a challenge here. Patrick getting us started. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. Thank you so much. Reflect with a $5. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. Especially when I've had to go to the vet, 3 times in the last 3 months for $1,100. So, anything that can help me get me kind of back on my feet would definitely be greatly appreciated. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 San Fran. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking high and inside. Sinker, 92 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 San Fran. One-two pitch, and that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Dominic Canzone, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Next up in the 4-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. On deck is Nails, first baseman Josh Naylor. First pitch in there to Randy, takes a strike looking high and away. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour there on the corner, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, high and away. Cutter, 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Arozarena. One pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Arozarena. Sean with a 20, appreciate you. Us dog fathers, we understand. Appreciate you very, very much. Big swing and a miss there for Randy. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. And again, I haven't really fully recovered from these 3 vet visits, if I'm being honest. So anything is greatly appreciated. 2-2 pitch from Webb to Arozarena. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Randy, and that is out number 3. Shout out to Patrick, Reflect, and Sean for helping us on the Dono train. All right, let's go to the top of the 5th inning and see who's up next for San Fran. And we may just have to wait till Logan Webb exits before we end up, getting going. And that's not usually ideal on that kind of strategy to try to win a game. But, that's just the way that things have gone for us, without Julio in the lineup. And now we finally have Julio at DH. But you can't assume that he's going to be hot right away after missing, quite a few games. And, it may take him a few games to kind of get going. And, hopefully he gets in center field tomorrow, and that'll help out with some of the at-bats as well. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Next up, 1 for 1 with a run, center fielder Drew Gilbert. Batting second in the 9-hole, catcher Daniel Susak. And batting third, back at the top of the order, leadoff hitter, 1 for 2, second baseman Luis Arise. Trident's up. Let's go M's. 62 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 27 on the Dono train, 73 to go. Now let's see where we're at on the likes with 161 in the room. We got 78. We need 22 more likes and we'll be at 100. Yeah, I was at the game on the 4th. But again, when we went through the main entrance and, they open up 2 hours early, and I've never not gotten a giveaway, whether it's a bobblehead or a hat or whatever it is. And they opened the gates at 11:10. First pitch was at 1:10. By the time we hit the front of the gate, it was probably 11:25. So, 15 minutes. And supposedly they ran out of hats. Maybe they didn't have enough in the front gate, and there might have been more bucket hats available on the side entrances, but I don't know. In our section, there wasn't very many people wearing them, so I don't think that they advertised 10,000, but I don't think they had 10,000. Kind of maybe 5,000 or less. I don't think they did 10 because I remember looking around, and even in a section to the left and a section to my right, I was looking, and I probably saw 5 or 6 people, and the 3 ladies in front of us, they got theirs, but I didn't see anybody else in our area that had one besides the ladies in front of us. So, I don't know what the deal was with the hats. And obviously the, Blue Jay fans, obviously I'm not sure if they really wanted theirs because it said Mariners on it. Obviously it's 4th of July themed and whatnot, but most Blue Jay fans don't really want to be rocking a Mariner hat. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes from Wu to Gilbert. But it's not like I would be wearing it, every day. I'm not really a bucket hat kind of guy. But, I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed, that I didn't have a chance to at least, have it. Just because I don't wear it doesn't mean I don't want it, if it's going to be a giveaway. But, it is what it is. 2-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Wu to Gilbert. 2-1 pitch. High and away, 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, high and away. Count now is 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Giants. Wu on the mound, Gilbert in the box. But I did get the 4th of July hat from last year and the year before, the one that I'm wearing now, and I would prefer a hat rather than a bucket hat. So I'm not, I still got another 4th of July hat from last year that I haven't really even worn, so I'm good. Popped up into center field. Luke Rayleigh is there battling the sun, and that is 1 away. Next up in the 9-hole, catcher Daniel Susak. On deck is Luis Arise. But I've never heard of a giveaway, running out within 15 minutes of the gates opening. So I highly doubt they had 10,000 like they advertised, maybe a couple thousand, but they definitely did not have 10 because, they definitely weren't scattered in every single row like you think, you think they would be, but it's all good. 1-0 pitch, hard hit ball towards third. JP Crawford is there. Nice catch there at third base, and that is 2 away. Right place in the right time there by J.P. Crawford, who obviously has had some issues defending at short, second, and third this year. But a line drive right to him. Great job, J.P. Susak flies out to third, and that's 2 away. Next up is Luis Arise. Highest batting average since 2022. Freddie Freeman, Aaron Judge, Yordan Alves, and Yandy Diaz after him, batting .320 since 2022. And again, there's not very many guys, that can have a batting average even over 300 nowadays. But he is, kind of one of the modern day Ichiros. He may not be as good as Ichiro, but again, based off batting average, it's the closest thing that we've had since 2022. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Wu to Arias. I got to be positive. There's already, a million negative people out there, regardless if they're Mariner fans, baseball fans, or they're mad that they didn't win their bet or their parlay, and again, if you've been watching this team for, 20, 30, 40 plus years, you realize that, it's not easy being a fan of any team in the Pacific Northwest. There's going to be probably more downs than ups, and again, it takes a while to be able to build a championship contender. And, you got to have someone that's the face, for the Mariners on YouTube that's going to, be unrelenting, positive. Obviously, are we going to call a spade? Yeah. Are we going to get frustrated at times? Yeah. Have we had more things go wrong this year than in any year that I can remember in the last 40? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that we can't still make a run and, make the playoffs, and again, the American League sucks this year, right? It's like you got the Rays, you got the Yankees, and then you got the, White Sox, the Guardians, and then you're going to have the Rangers, Astros, and Mariners battling it out. And obviously we know the National League is quite a bit better, but again, even with all these bad things happening, we have to be happy that the American League is down this year. Otherwise we'd be screwed. Imagine if we were in last place, like the Angels, we wouldn't be able to come back, and it wouldn't necessarily be the season would be over at this point, but imagine if we were 15 or 20 games below 500. So you have to be thankful, that even though everything has gone wrong this season, injuries, poor managing, and poor performance, lack of hitting, lack of pitching, bullpen being on and off, we're only a couple games back and we're still in position to strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bryce Eldridge. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles, having a good day. 1-1 pitch, 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Wu to Eldridge. But again, you have to be realistic with the team and what you're seeing. If you're expecting, 2025 results, you're going to be sadly disappointed. You have to realize the injuries to our bullpen, injuries to our stars, poor play by Wu and Kirby and Munoz, shitty managing by Dan Wilson, doing the splits with Rob Refsnyder, doing the P-back, with our pitchers. There's a lot of things, not having Carlos Vargas for the whole year, not having the ability to have Brash and Criswell and Vargas until August, not having Brandon Donovan since the first month. I mean, there's a lot of things, pretty much every star player, besides Cole and Colt, have gotten injured for at least a week or longer. It's not ideal. And again, to act like, those things didn't happen and we're just 100% healthy and we're just playing shitty, you have to understand there is a cause and an effect, and again, what we did last year, obviously was amazing with Cal Raleigh's 60 home runs. We didn't really have very many injuries. And obviously we showed that we could end up being one of the best teams in baseball. But again, going from what we did last year to this team this year, it's not even, the same team, not even close, and again, you just have to approach it that way. If you think that this team is going to be like last year's team, again, you're going to be sadly disappointed. We just have to be able to tread water, and do the best that we can with what we have. And hope when Brandon Donovan comes back in about a week and a half, he doesn't get hurt for the rest of the year. We can plug him in at third, have, JP be kind of a rotational guy, and, we'll see what happens, and again, it's tough to watch this team at times, but you have to be optimistic, being negative all the time isn't going to make the team better. And definitely you can tell the fans that are overly negative that have only been fans for a few years or they're losing money on their bets and whatnot. But for a lot of us that have been fans for 20, 30, 40 plus years, we had a 20-year gap where we didn't even make the playoffs and we didn't even have a chance to make the playoffs. There was no hope, but that didn't discourage me from watching them and cheering them on, so, everyone's perspective is a little different. 0-1 pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Wood, I mean, no matter what the record, no matter how good or bad, they do, I'm always going to be rocking the Mariners, no doubt. 1-1 pitch, little slow dribbler towards third. JP is there. And JP, toe tap on the bag after a stare down to Luis Arise as he has a chuckle, and that is out number 3. Now, we don't need those guys back. Polo and Gino are old. Helenek is terrible. And, Fritz has actually had a pretty good resurgence in his career after leaving the Mariners and whatnot. But, you got to be able to have a youth movement. And also with some of those guys, you have to be able to pay certain people. And, with some of the veterans, you don't have enough money to be able to bring everybody back, and again, being able to go with the youth movement is a smart move. It's better to have Cole Young and Colt Emerson than Polo and Gino, not only short term, but long term. So, now there are certain players and moments that we miss, of course, that we definitely root for guys after they leave our team to do better, and hopefully have some success, but again, the baseball is a business. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th, and let's see if we can end up getting on the board. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting second, 0 for 1, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third in the 7-hole, second baseman, Cole Clutch Young. Tried ends up, let's go M's. $62 subs to go to 24,500. 27 on the dono train, 73 to go. And we should be very close to that 100 like number at this point. And we are at 90, 10 more likes and we're at 100. We got 162 in the room. Can we get 10 people to hit that like button so we can get to 100? It would be greatly appreciated. Bottom of the 5th inning, nobody on and no outs, 1-0 Giants. First pitch takes a strike looking high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, and a little slow dribbler to first, took tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. And Naylor needs to go back to the leg kick because I think I've seen the same at-bat and the same result with a slow dribbler up the middle by Josh Naylor at like 95% of his at-bats for like the last 2 months. Something's got to give. And again, just doing the same thing over and over and over, it's insanity. You got to be able to mix it up. And, obviously he started off slow with Julio and Cal. He did the leg kick for a little while. Numbers went up, and then he kind of went away from it. And now we're getting the same type of, poor effort. Not only kind of being overly aggressive in the box, but not being able to put the ball into play. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. First pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Raleigh. And, normally we're about 500, year in and year out at the break, maybe a couple games above or at 500 or a couple games below. But, with all the problems that we've had, realistically, we should have been probably, 10 to 15 below, so to be only 1 game back at the break. And now we're only 2. The American League stinks this year, but, we have to be thankful that we don't have the record of the Angels and we're not in last place because based on all the bad shit that's happened, we easily, could have that record, 10, 15 games, 500. And, we have a lot of talent and thankfully that's been able to keep us, treading water, even though it's, not the result a lot of people want to see at this point, but we can get better, hopefully as the season, goes on, as Cal Raleigh gets hit on the foot and makes his way to first. Next up is Cole Clutch Young. Yeah, great to see Michael Arroyo and Lazaro Montes in AAA. And the AAA squad for the Tacoma Rainiers, it's looking kind of sexy. There's quite a few, guys now on that team, at some point or another that may get called up. And we don't even have Cade or Ryan Sloan on the team yet. And Cole pops up to Luis Arise, and that is 2 away. Well, there's different levels of fandom. There's going to be bandwagon fans that only want to watch when the team is doing good. There's going to be fair weather fans. There's going to be occasional fans. And there's going to be hardcore fans and fanatics. So, regardless on how bad we do, I never will stop watching. So that's the difference between you and me. I will always watch every pitch, every game, beginning to end, no matter if we're winning a lot of games or we're not. Plain and simple. It gives you, more of a purpose, when you watch a team that struggles, and then when we eventually make the World Series and we win it, it's going to be that much more special than being a bandwagon fan, of a team when they're only winning, or a team that obviously like the Dodgers that wins often, and then you get numb to the wins. The wins don't fucking mean anything because they're winning so often, and again, there's a lot of bandwagons that are out there, and, again, you got to go through the misery and the pain if you want the happiness and the joy, just like in life. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Rayleigh. Obviously being in the Pacific Northwest and rooting for any team in Oregon and Washington, it's not for the weak. If you're not mentally strong, these are not the teams for you. You have to be mentally strong to be able to take the tough losses year in and year out. And not only by the Mariners, by a lot of the teams. Obviously the Seahawks had great success last year, but it's not like the Seahawks are going to be winning the Super Bowl every year. And again, they had to go quite a while, from their first to their most recent. So, but at least they got something, as far as a champion in the Pacific Northwest. Pitch is low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Rayleigh. I've been watching since I was 3-4 years old, and again, it's not for everyone, If you have a connection, some are going to be stronger than others. 2-2 pitch and a hard hit ball there by Rayleigh, a little slow dribbler, throw to first, and that is out number 3. Small ball is king. We haven't been bunting on a regular basis. And obviously we haven't been a very good base running team either. There's a lot of, things that could be done, besides reorganizing the obviously batting order and kind of having a better strategy of things. But at the end of the day, we're stuck with the GM and the manager that we have right now with DePoto and Dan Wilson. And that's just, it is what it is. End of the 5th inning, 1-0 San Fran. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, first baseman Rafael Devers. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Elliot Ramos. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. Right ends up. Let's go M's. Gained another sub during the commercial break. Appreciate you. 61 subs to go to 24,500. Patrick with a tenner. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. We're at 37 on the Dono train, 63 to go. And again, having to go to the vet, 3 times in 3 months and having to spend $1,100 for Paisley and not what I was expecting. So obviously to get back on my feet, anything that can be done would be greatly appreciated. All right, let's go to the top of the 6th inning, 1-0 San Fran. Shout out to Patrick, Reflect, John, and Patrick. 2 different Patricks. Or is it the same Patrick? It's the same Patrick. Shout out to Pat. Double dipping with a 2-er and a 10-er. Thank you so much, Pat. a great name. Just like my dad. All right, let's go to the top of the 6th. See if we get a little luck from the Mariner Moose. We know things have, been rough, but, again, for a lot of people, you can, you can turn the game off. You can go run errands, and there's a lot of other things that people can do, but, when you do this full time for a job, you don't have that option. And I wouldn't even do that option. Even as bad as it was yesterday, losing 7-0, you got to be able to look at the bright spots of bad situations, just like in life. First pitch from Wu to Devers. Big swing and a miss, high and away. 0-1 count. Reflect with a tenner. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. We're at 47 now, 53 to go. 0-1 pitch, popped up and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Devers, but I think, the Mariners, are kind of like life, where things go wrong a lot, especially this year. And a lot of things in life go wrong, and it's about how you react, and again, being negative, over and over doesn't make the situation better for the Mariners and in life, and sometimes you got to be able to, try to find, that bright spot in a bad situation. And again, there's a reason why things have gone sideways, but being overly negative isn't going to make it better. We just have to come together as a group, be as positive as possible, be optimistic, and, hope that things end up slowly but surely getting better. And they will, especially when we get Brandon Donovan back. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Devers. 2-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on and no outs. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Giants. Yeah, unfortunately, Randy is never going to hustle, and that's a personal thing, and also, obviously the lack of coaching, by the individuals on the Mariners staff, not calling him out and letting him continue to do that. But with that being said, he was our only all-star this year, and he's our best consistent hitter from the beginning of the season until now. So, whether that means, moving to Randy DH full time, but obviously they had Dom there and he wasn't ready to, be in the outfield and whatnot. But, Lazaro Montes does play outfield. Arroyo is infield, and at one point or another, we may be able to see something happen. And that is going to be a home run. Wow. 339 feet of the umps come together. I don't know about that. I need to see a replay. I mean, they had Randy kind of running into the corner, and now that's Devers' 20th home run. And are we going to challenge this? Let me look at this camera angle. Camera angle doesn't even show it. Like, where's the baseball? Oh, there it is. 2-0 San Fran. Next up is Elio Ramos. No, I don't think that it's, Randy doesn't necessarily want to be in Seattle because he was, doing the same thing in Tampa Bay when I watched him. He doesn't hustle the first base and, very lazy on ground balls, always throwing lobs, not lasers. So this isn't a Seattle thing. This is a Randy Arozarena thing. And even Tampa Bay fans were chiming in about the same thing when we were calling, the Mariners and the Tampa Bay Rays series. Rays fans said, yeah, Randy was doing the same thing. And I remember, when Randy was going off on his, playoff push for the Rays, where he kind of got, noticed as a guy, in the game as Ramos strikes out swinging, and that is 1 away. So, it's just kind of sad because if Randy actually applied himself, he could be a top, 20 player in baseball. If he hustled the first all the time like Luke Raley, if he hustled for ground balls and he threw lasers instead of lobs and then just did the same thing that he always does hitting, which is being a damn good, consistent hitter, in the last 3, 4, 5 years. It's just, kind of a disappointment, that a guy with that much talent just kind of, gives up on certain, aspects of his game. But again, if he doesn't want to do it and nobody's calling him out, then again, he'll continue to be, what he's, obviously is as a product. He'll be Randy Arozarena. First pitch from Wu to Lee, takes a strike looking inside, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Wu to lead. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. One pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Wu to lead. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Lee, and that is 2 away. Next up for Brian Wu is Willie Adames. And I love it that Ichiro, is always present more times than not. How many, Hall of Fame players, let alone retired players, are still hanging around, throwing on the cleats and the jersey and the pants and still trying to work, on making, players better. It's a very uncommon situation, and that's what makes Ichiro such a fucking legend and an icon. That he could just be with his wife and his dog in Japan or in his house in Seattle and just, living life up. But he loves baseball so much that he wants to be a part on the day in and day out, progression of our guys. And that's a magical thing. And that's why as dog fathers, we see eye to eye, me and Sean, and again, it's like, a lot of these younger fans and, fans that maybe had expectations just based on what happened last year, or people that are betting and they're mad that they're not winning money when they bet on the Mariners, again, there's a difference in fandom, and again, there's a lot of people that, want to bitch and complain and, and be negative, but again, it's not going to make the team better. And obviously me and Sean and a number of the people in the room, we know that as well. 1-1 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 6, 2-0 San Francisco. And again, this is probably one of the most talented teams that we've ever had, going back to the 2001 team, and again, to go with a 20-year stretch with no hope of making the playoffs, but still enjoying every game and rooting them on, again, some of us are built a little different. Back, and gone. And Willie Adames, after the grand slam yesterday, hits another home run here today. Brian Wu looking up into the stands in disgust. 3-0 San Francisco. And again, when we have, pitchers that we normally, feel that we can count on, Bryce Miller and Brian Wu, and they're not doing their job, and we're not hitting on top of that, then it definitely makes the situation worse. Next up is Drew Gilbert. And again, a lot of our pitchers are quite a bit better at home than on the road. But again, a lot of things have not gone right. Wu and Kirby and Munoz have been much worse, than expected. Hancock and, Miller have been probably better than expected. But again, a lot of injuries, a lot of poor play, and obviously the lack of hitting, is definitely hurting game in and game out. And it's not like we're a very good base running team either. We don't bunt on a daily basis. We don't steal bags like we did last year. There's a number of things. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Gilbert. Oh, 2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Wu to Gilbert. One-two pitch, popped up and out of play. Change up 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 6, 3-0 San Fran. One-two pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Gilbert. I mean, it's a miracle that we're only a couple games, back from the top spot in the AL West based on how poorly we played this year. You got to be thankful. And a little chopper, throw to first, and safe. Golly. And when it rains, it pours. Next up in the 9-hole, catcher Daniel Susak. But you don't want everything falling apart. Starting pitching, bullpen, lack of hitting, errors on the daily. Hard to win games when you're not being able to do the basic things that you need to do to win. And we definitely need to be buyers at the deadline. We got to get rid of Castillo and get another pitcher or right-handed hitter. Hopefully Brandon Donovan will be healthy to give us a lift at third, hitting and defensively. But again, calling up some guys, from the farm, it wouldn't hurt either. Even though Cade Anderson and Ryan Sloan are still not on AAA yet, but Michael Arroyo, Lazaro Montes, Johnny Pareda, there's options. And the call is challenged and is overturned. And that is out number 3. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop Colt Emerson. Let's go, Colt. Batting second, 0 for 2, third baseman J.P. Crawford. Let's have a patient at bat and something good will happen. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, DHing Julio Rodriguez. Don't get fooled by that low and away sweeper and you'll be good to go. $61 subs to go to 24,500. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning and we need to get on the board. And we're at 103 likes, 97 to 200. All right, Mariner Moose, and no matter how bad things get, as long as we don't get down by more than 5 runs, 5 is usually the most that we can get down by and still come back. But remember, in baseball, it's different, than other sports. Once a starting pitcher goes out, the game kind of resets. And then all you need is one pitcher to have a meltdown, to hit a guy, walk a guy, or for the Mariners to get back-to-back hits, which hasn't really happened in quite some time, or an unexpected home run. And then all of a sudden in one half inning, in a span of maybe 3 to 5 minutes, you can score 1 to 5 runs. But again, things have not really gone our way as of late. But all it takes is one, let's be honest, shitty pitcher, having an off day, and then all of a sudden you can make a little bit of a comeback. And we've proven that, time in and time again. Again, if we weren't able to come back from games, we definitely wouldn't be 2 games below 500. We'd be 15 or 20 below. So that is facts. And Emerson pops up and flies out to first, and that is 1 away. Next up is J.P. Crawford. First pitch is low and at the knees, 1-0 count. And again, we definitely need more players to be patient in the box, to get the pitch counts up, to be able to, get the pitcher tired, to get to pitch 4, 5, 6, 7, instead of a lot of our guys being overly aggressive, swinging at the first 2 pitches and popping up and grounding out. I mean, that's not, going to help anybody out. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Webb to Crawford. But we had a stretch of 12 or 13 games where we scored 0 to 3 runs. Then on the 4th of July, I went and they scored 11, which was fantastic. And they scored 4 the next game. But, it's definitely far and few between when we end up scoring, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. And usually that's the magic number for the Mariners to win games. And, we haven't even been able to come close to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits lately. Little slow dribbler, throw to first, and that is 1 away. Hell, we're having a hard time even getting fucking 5 hits lately. Let's be real. But you just got to be able to have that blind faith, that we can end up pulling together and finding a way. I'm the good luck charm. But it really had more to do with being the 4th of July. That's going to have the most vibes on any game all year, especially at home. First pitch, Julio fouls it back to the T-Mobile bricks. 0-1 count. But the 4th of July tradition is going to end because next season they are on the road on the 4th of July, and we might end up having a strike. So who knows how many games we're going to get in next year. Hopefully we have a season. And, even if it ends up being just like 100 games instead of 162 and they miss the first couple months. But I really hope that we have a season because it's, for all the people that, get depressed and angry about the Mariners, imagine not having any baseball next season. That would not be ideal. Big swing and a miss there from Julio. No balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Rodriguez. 0-2 pitch. Julio with a slow dribbler towards third. Throw to first. And that is out number 3. All right, end of the 6th inning, 3-0 San Fran. Next up for the Giants, 0 for 2 with the catcher, Daniel Susac. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a base on ball, second baseman, Luis Arraez. And batting third, 2 for 2 with a walk, DHing Bryce Eldridge. Right hand sub. Let's go, M's. Got to find a way. 61 subs to go to 24,500. All right, 106 likes, 94 to 200. And we're at 47 on the dono train, 53 to go. '50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners. 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon who's retiring after this year. So every stream we will dedicate it to the one and the only Rick Riz. Shout out to our female audience, our new subs, all of our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Let's see if the Mariner Moose can bail us out here, and hopefully we can get something going in the bottom of the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Gabe Spire now is coming in, and hopefully we get the good Gabe, not the bad. And it really does show you how important it is to have a healthy bullpen. You know, I know the hitting woes have been really rough, as of late and all year long. But not having Brash, Criswell, and Vargas is really hurting us. And also not having a consistent Mooney. We lose and win, more games out of that position group, out of any position group. And obviously hitting is important, but obviously, as we know, starting pitching and bullpen is equally as important as well. And the bullpen is, even though, we have been in the top 6 for the most part, bullpen and starting pitching for quite a few categories. It doesn't feel like it based on the season that we've had this year. 0-1 pitch is low and away. Slider missing there by Spire. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 7th, 3-0 San Fran. 1-1 pitch and a line drive towards third and foul. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Gabe Spire. The Pat McAfee lookalike. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 7th, 3-0 San Fran. One 2 pitch, and the first strikeout there for Gabe Spire on Susac, and that is 1 away. Next up is second baseman Luis Arise. On deck is Bryce Eldridge. First pitch by Arise is fouled off, out of play. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. 329 average, 4 homers, and 35 ribbies. Little line drive to J.P. Crawford, throw to first, and that is 1 up and 1 down, 2 up and 2 down. Next up in the 2-hole, DHing Bryce Eldridge. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a walk. On deck is Casey Schmidt. First pitch is low and away with a sinker, 97 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away. Slider 84 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike from Spire to Eldridge. Well, I love me some baseball, love me some football. I can tolerate, basketball, hockey, wrestling, NASCAR, and a few other things. But baseball and football, that's for me. And popped up, Luke Rayleigh is there, and that is out number 3. All right, we got 3-inning sprint to try to get 3 runs, and then obviously that would tie 4 to win. But if we can just, plug away, it's probably not likely that we score 3 or 4 in a single inning, but you never know. Once we get Webb out, but even just getting 1 run, per inning, or at least trying to, but again, only 1 hit so far today, 2 yesterday, that's not going to cut it. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, the Italian stallion in right field, Dominic Canzone. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third in the 5-hole, first baseman Josh Naylor. Trident's up, let's go M, something's got to give. And Webb is only at 70 pitches, unfortunately, so he'll go for another inning or 2, so that's not ideal. But again, if we had a few more patient at-bats, maybe we would have him out by now, but again, sometimes this is just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, 62 subs to go to 24,500. And we're at 111 likes. $89 to 200. We're at 47 on the Dono train, 53 to go. Unfortunately, Webb is only at 70 pitches, though, so he could pitch all of this and in the 8th. First pitch from Webb to Canzone, big swing and a miss with a changeup, 85 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, little dribbler towards first, and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody on and no outs, bottom of the 7th, 3-0 San Fran. Yeah, Webb will pitch all of this inning, and there's a good probability if he gets out quickly, he may end up pitching next inning as well, which is not ideal for the Mariners, unless he has an epic meltdown. A little slow dribbler up the middle, throw to first, and that is 1 up and 1 down. Haven't been able to really get anything into the outfield. And again, we had a lot of, hard hit balls yesterday, 3 potential home runs, by Cole and Cal and I believe Dom or Luke, but, just, a little wide right to the foul pole. But today, slim pickings. Canzone grounds out to the shortstop, throw to first, and that is 1 away. Next up is Randy Arozarena. First pitch to Randy, popped up and out of play, 0-1 count. And also, it shows that if you don't have a competent leadoff hitter, even though JP has done as good of his job as he can, but, when Donnie was, playing with us in the first month, batting 300 to 350 and playing some pretty good defense, that kind of set the tone for us. And when you don't have a very good leadoff hitter, it's hard to be able to get things going game in and game out. Even though JP has been the most patient hitter and, has had some issues at second, short, and third with defense, and at times, we'll come up with a pretty good day, but overall, his performance isn't good enough for a leadoff hitter for the Mariners. And, we definitely have struggled without Donnie. 0-2 pitch is low and away. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour, missing the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Logan Webb to Randy Arozarena. One-two pitch, low and away. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Arozarena. Like, imagine if we were able to sign Luis Arraez, who's on the Giants, instead of Donnie. How much better of a team we would be. You got to understand, we haven't had a 300 hitter in the lineup for a long time, and we don't have anybody batting over 300. And obviously, in the steroid era, you would have a lot of people batting over 300 era. Even just a few years back, you would usually see 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on a team. But it's pretty rare to see guys batting above 300 anymore. It's a very rare commodity. If you actually look at the stat lines for every team, it's pretty crazy. It definitely has changed into a pitcher's type of game. Definitely not really hitter friendly. 3-2 pitch, and that hits Randy on the hip. All right, Randy Arozarena sticking out the hip, getting hit. And now we got a runner at first, and let's see if Randy, can be patient and not jump around and show his cards, and then, have a terrible jump going to second and getting thrown out. We definitely need a runner in scoring position, but, you got to be timely with it. Next up is Josh Naylor, and I hope I can see a leg kick, because it just seems like 95% of the at-bats that we've seen out of Naylor have been slow dribblers up the middle, and he's out every single time. And every once in a blue moon, he'll get a bloop single in the left, but a lot of the same type of insanity, same type of, kind of strategy in his at-bats, and it's not fucking working. Get back to that leg kick, and again, struggled, did the leg kick, started to gain a little bit of momentum, then went away from the leg kick, and, we've been seeing a little bit more of the same version of Josh Naylor in the last month and a half. Not good. First pitch is low and away, sinker at 91 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch from Webb. Low and at the knees. And this could be the start of a mini meltdown here if Naylor doesn't swing. 2 balls and no strikes from Webb to Naylor. I mean, if we can end up getting on the board and scoring a run on Webb, and they bring in someone in the bullpen and we can score a run on them, we're right back in the game. 2-0 pitch, high and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Josh Naylor. Don't swing. And again, these players, obviously, when you have a 3-0 count, 3-1 count, that's what you try to hope for. And you don't get too many of these counts. But let's see if Naylor has some discipline, and we'll take this pitch, even if it ends up being a strike down the middle, or if he'll swing. And it is high and away. And look at that. Josh Naylor having some patience. 4 straight balls, and now we have a mini meltdown by Webb. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and I think they're going to pull him. And next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And now with Randy getting hit by a pitch, Naylor getting walked, Cal Raleigh with 1 swing can tie the game up, no matter how bad things have looked in the first 2 hours of the game. That's baseball. And that's why, you can't be so negative, on this team. All you need is just a little, a hit by pitch here, a walk here, a single here, and then a big swing there. And then all of a sudden you're right back in the game. But obviously when, you have been struggling like we have been, I understand it's tough. But again, hopefully Cal will be able to get something here, even if it isn't a home run, a walk, a single, hit by a pitch, but he's not hurt. Just something positive to keep this going. And Webb is staying into the game, and let's make him pay for it. Bottom of the 7th, runners at first and second with 1 out. Cal was hit by a pitch in the 5th. And let's see if we can get a single, double, or a home run or a walk out of Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. First pitch, little foul tip, 0-1 count. I mean, if Webb is struggling, we want him to stay in the game, because then we might end up getting a run, especially if he's playing bad at this point and having a mini meltdown. And then we just got to hope that we can get a run or 2 on Webb and then a run or 2 on the bullpen. 0-1 pitch, fouls it off himself. Hopefully he's okay. Cal down to 1 knee. Oof, right on the foot. And that is not going to feel good. Anytime you end up, getting a little check swing and you get a little tip of that baseball and it goes right into your body, especially somewhere that doesn't have padding, like, your inner thigh or obviously the growing area or the foot, ankle, not ideal. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. This is the best chance that we've had all game. Come on, Mariners. 0-2 pitch, hard hit ball towards first and out of play. Change up 86 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second with 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, 3-0 San Fran. Come on, Cal. We need something to cheer about. 0-2 pitch, and Cal pops up into shallow left. And they almost run into each other. Thankfully, they don't. Runners go back, and that is 2 away. Cal hasn't been very clutch this season, but one guy that typically is in the 7th, 8th, and 9th is Cole Clutch Young. Let's see if Cole can get a home run or an RBI. Let's go, Cole. I mean, I got more confidence in Cole Young than pretty much everyone else on the team, if I'm being honest. And even though he's a second-year player, and he's gonna obviously, have some, mistakes, just like Colt Emerson being young as players, as well as his name, But I feel with Cole Young, this is the guy that I feel most confident in when he's in the box. First pitch takes a strike, looking 0-1 count. Come on, Cole. Hard hit ball, deep right field, back, gone! And my favorite player does it again, baby. Let's go, 3-3. We tied it up, baby. Never lose faith in me or the Mariners. Woo! My ESP strikes again. that's when you know I have a favorite player. You know, I can talk that shit into existence. Let's go. He's our best player, as far as clutch factor. And again, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, he gets the job done. And I was looking at his stats between Ernie Clement and Ozzie Albies that started for second base. Cole Young is going to end up being an all-star and a Gold Glover year in and year out. And again, he may end up being a reserve, the first year that he gets in, but sooner than later, he will be a starter. And he's a guy that has the potential, to hit 15 to 25 home runs for a guy that doesn't really look like he can even hit a home run. And that's what makes Cole so special. He's got a good feel for the game. He's a great defender. He's a two-way player like Julio. He's better than Colt Emerson. And again, he's a guy that, again, we have to be very thankful that he is on our team. And again, for all those people that were moaning and bitching and complaining, on how bad this team is, like I said, all you need is one guy to get hit by a pitch. Check. Randy Arozarena. One guy to get walked. Check. Josh Naylor. And then boom, Cole Young getting the job done. And again, for a guy that doesn't look like he can hit home runs, he's going to end up being one of our best players, if not our best player, sooner than later. And he's my favorite player on the team, and he has been for quite some time. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Raley. And there's going to be a lot of people that turned this game off when it was 3-0, assuming that we were going to get blasted like we did yesterday. And then they'll be scrolling on their phone or, taking a peek maybe after the game or, towards the end. And they're going to be obviously shocked that the game is tied. But again, like I said, you have to have faith. Not only in me, but you have to have faith in the Mariners. That positivity, ends up working out. And again, it just, a little bit of luck involved, based on batting order, But again, if there's one guy on the team that you can trust more than anybody else, even when things are going terrible, it's Cole Clutch Young. And I know that's crazy to say for a second-year player, but, I mean, his results are showing you already in his second year. And again, I think that very, very soon, there's going to be a lot of Cole Young jerseys in the stands, and hopefully they start making them in the teal and the blue and the white and the City Connect and the Steelhead, because he is the guy that deserves to get his jersey mass-produced for the Mariners next. 2-2 pitch to Raley, and that gets fouled back behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Raley. Let's go. Two pitch, fouled off towards first base. Two pitch, fouled off there by Luke Raley. Telling you, really special player right here. He's got potential to be the best player on the Mariners. And, think about how much talent we have on this team with Julio and Cal and all the pitchers and all the rest of the players. Again, there's a reason why Cole Young is so clutch. Little dribbler and dropped. Let's go. And Luke Raley hustling to first. And look at that. You never know when the player like Luis Arise or anybody that's going to bobble a ball or the throw is going to be high or low to first base. And that's why, it makes us so aggravated seeing Randy Arozarena never hustle, obviously in left field or going to first base. But a guy that will always hustle, Luke Raley, proving that if you hustle every single time, you will be rewarded. Great job there by Luke. And we'll take an error by Luis Arise. And now Logan Webb is out. We got a little bit of momentum. And next up is Colt Emerson. And we're going to get a pitching change finally, but we definitely roughed up Webb before. And if they would have pulled him, maybe they would have been able to avoid the Cole Young home run. But I'm really happy that they were overconfident in Webb's ability, and we got the job done. Great job by Cole Young. Absolute stud right here. I invested in, one of his, rookie card autos, months ago, I knew that it would be something to hop on before, he really gets hot and whatnot. And again, if you have the chance to be able to invest, in the next superstar on the Mariners, you're looking at him right there, Cole Clutch Young, because he's a two-way player, offense and defense. And again, to me, he's made some mistakes. Obviously with like Colt Emerson being, kind of raw and young, like his name, in his second year. But, to me, he is the most reliable defender besides Julio in center field that we have on the team. And again, it's just great to be able to have someone that tries on both ends and produces on both ends. Great job. We love you, Cole. A lot of jerseys going to be sold, let me tell you. All right, Henchis is coming in. And Rayleigh stealing a bag and out. Let's see if we challenge this here. Giants are walking off the field, and we are challenging. Hopefully Luke Rayleigh ends up being safe here. Let's see what they call here. I mean, I hope we have a season. I'm going to be depressed if we don't have baseball for a whole year. And if we end up, obviously having a strike, hopefully we still have like 100 games. If like 62 get canceled and we're on strike for a couple months, and then we're still able to get baseball going by like June, obviously, that would be fantastic and whatnot. So I'm really hoping that we do have a season next year. I mean, I think it would be terrible for baseball to be striking, for the whole season. It wouldn't be obviously good for really anybody. Obviously the, players and the owners and the, obviously the players union, not everyone is going to get their way, and at some point there's got to be a compromise, but runner is out and that's unfortunate. But at least Cole Young gives us a chance in this game after getting, just dominated in this game. But again, all it takes, like I mentioned right before it happened, you just need one guy to get hit by a pitch, a guy to get walked, and then all of a sudden you get the right guy at bat. And last year it was Cal Raleigh. This year, Cole Clutch Young. Late in games, nobody is better in the 7th, 8th, and 9th in the Mariner organization, but not only that, in baseball. He's one of the best hitters late in games, and that's kind of a crazy thing to say for a guy that's only in his second year. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th and see who's up next here for the Giants. Next up in the 3-hole, 0 for 3 with a K, third baseman Casey Schmidt. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run, RBI and a K, first baseman Rafael Devers. And batting third in the 5-hole, left fielder Elliot Ramos. And Edward Bizzardo is coming in. Hopefully we get the good Bizzardo, not the bad. All right, come on, Edward. Mariner Moose, I love ya. Cole Clutch Young, I love ya. and again, I'm waiting on, next season. Hopefully they'll make a teal and a blue. And obviously they have like screen print jerseys for Cole Young and Colt Emerson. But, I'm looking for, the teal and the blue because I don't own any of those colors yet. And, I got a gray Ken Griffey Jr. I got the Cal Raleigh Blue City Connect zone, and I got the Julio zone on right now. But, definitely would love to get a blue or teal Cole Young. And chances are once they start making those jerseys, that'll be obviously the next jersey I buy. And who knows, maybe down the road, I'll be able to get quite a few of them. Definitely my favorite player on the team by a long shot. Top of the 8th, 3-3, Giants and Mariners. Patrick with a tour. Thank you so much. Every dollar counts. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be times I'm going to be emotional, when there's a reason to be emotional, like when we end up, making a big play, but again, a lot of people on social media are extremely fake, and they overreact, to get a reaction, and I don't know, that type of content is, pointless to me, but again, there's a lot of fake people out there that like fake content creators. And so they get worked up when they see, people getting over emotional over something that they shouldn't, but, some people like that kind of content. But, again, we're going to call a spade, but we'll also, be positive. And more times than not, we'll be rewarded for that positivity. We're going to be real as real can be. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Sinker, 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 8th, 3-3, Giants and Mariners. And plus with me, I'm not like every, individual. I've been a fan of this team for almost 40 years. As that ball has popped up there in left field, Randy Arozarena is there, and that is 1 away. Not only have I been a fan for about 40 years, even though I look young, I had the pleasure of meeting, Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. And I was the only one in my school that ever really met anybody like that, and when you end up meeting, people like that, in first grade, it changes your life forever. And then a few years later, when I was in 3rd, 4th grade, I met Sandy Koufax, and, to be able to meet Ken Griffey Jr. and Sandy Koufax, arguably one of the best left-handed hitters that never did steroids, with the most beautiful swing in baseball, and one of the most dominant lefties to ever play the game in Sandy Koufax, it definitely made me, who I am today. And if I don't meet those two players, maybe I'm not here, doing this particular content. Maybe I'm doing video games, and waiting for the new Grand Theft Auto to come out and streaming something like that. So that's facts. No balls and 2 strikes to Rafael Devers. 0-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Sinker, 97 miles an hour, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 8th, 3-3, Giants and Mariners. (0-2 pitch, low and away. Sweeper, 82 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 8th, 3-3, Giants and Mariners. Plus, people that do baseball on YouTube, there's not very many people that do it full time and do it at a high level. And why that is because it's fucking hard. And again, a lot of people are afraid, to kind of step into that realm, and there's a lot more people that try to do football, whether it's college or NFL, but primarily NFL. And that's why you see so many streamers in that particular category. And I'll do NFL, I'll do college football, but, I can also do baseball and basketball and hockey and NASCAR and WWE. And I think that's really what separates, myself and this channel compared to a lot of the others where they usually just do one sport or one team, where we can pretty much do anything. But baseball and football definitely are my top. Love me some college football, love the NFL, and love the MLB. Next up is Elliot Ramos. First pitch takes a sweeper right down the middle, 83 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Hard hit ball into right field and out of play. And a ground ball that gets past. And runner is safe at first. Kind of an awkward play that went over the head of Bizzardo, and Young couldn't get a hold of it. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the stats, he had more home runs and more RBIs than Ernie Clement. But again, Ernie's batting average was closer to 300, so we just got to get Cole's up there, a little bit higher, so get it closer to 280 to 300. So. Next up is Jung-Hoo Lee. And Chuck, you ended up sending me a request instead of a dono on Cash App. So if you're wondering why, that didn't go through, I think you hit the wrong button there. Instead of sending a dono, you sent a request. So I declined the request. And if you choose to and want to do that over, obviously that is something that you would have to do. As they're taking the replay here at first. Looks out. Or it's pretty close, though. Yeah, and obviously with Ozzie Albies in the National League, if you're looking at him and Ernie Clement, Cole is going to be a guy that will be able to hit more home runs than any of those players. And again, it's just about getting the batting average up, to 280 to 300. And if he's able to do that, with everything else that he does, offensively and defensively, home runs, ribbies, great defense for the most part. Young should end up being a reserve, let alone a starter at second base, in the All-Star game sooner than later. So. Call stands is safe. Pitch is high and away. Sinker 91 miles an hour missing. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bizzardo to lead. But also too, it really depends on the team that you're doing. Obviously with Max doing the Yankees, there's plenty of bandwagon Yankee fans that will watch someone that does Yankees, just like with Valhalla that does Dodgers. I mean, if you're a streamer of the Dodgers or Yankees, of course you're going to get people to watch, because there's real fans and there's a lot of bandwagon, and then obviously you got, a couple Blue Jay streamers and, a few others that are out there, but it's nowhere near the amount, obviously on the NFL side. And there's a reason why, because it's not easy to do. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-3 Giants and Mariners. I mean, anytime you end up having, the best players in the world, Judge and Otani, and then they're on your team that you're streaming, of course people are going to tune in. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 3, third baseman J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a K, DHing Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, right fielder Dominic Canzone. All right, again, 2 more subs since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 60 subs to go to 24,500. And after being down 3-0 for 6 innings, finding that 3-run blast by Cole Young to tie it at 3 was magnificent. And we're at 130 likes, 70 more to 200. I mean, obviously with the salary cap, the people that don't want it, are the teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Braves and the Padres, teams that spend a lot of money, but again, if we end up having a cap, it'll definitely make it a little bit more interesting for the teams in the middle. The teams at the bottom, are going to stay at the bottom. There's going to be some that will improve, like the White Sox with Munetaka Murakami, when you can finally get an identity and go from a bottom feeder to actually a playoff team, which it seems like the White Sox might be this year. But again, for a lot of those bottom feeder teams, they're going to typically stay generally in the bottom 10 in baseball unless they get like a great player from the farm or a trade and they can slightly move up. But, it definitely will make things a little bit more interesting for the teams in the middle to compete with the teams at the top, but again, the Dodgers are always going to be the Dodgers. And if the Yankees can pair up Aaron Judge with another superstar like they did with Juan Soto, then they may end up representing in the American League again at some point or another. Emerson ends up popping out, and that is 1 away. First pitch to J.P. Crawford is high and inside, four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch, takes a strike, looking low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. One pitch, takes a strike, looking low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. One-two pitch, low and away with a slider, 88 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Hentges to Crawford. 2-2 pitch, high and away, slider 88 miles an hour there by Hentges. Count now is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Take the walk, J.P. There we go. And a 1-out walk there, J.P. The most patient hitter on the team, doing what we need him to do, taking the walk. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Don't get baited by a low and away sweeper. Come on, Julio. Go, J-Rod. Hard hit ball by Julio. Line drive is foul. Well, not a whole lot of fun in the first 6 innings, but that bottom of the 7th inning was exciting with the Logan Webb meltdown, hitting Randy, walking Naylor, and then Cole Young coming up big after Cal had an opportunity to be a hero, but Cal hasn't really been locked in this year. But Cole Young, as clutch as they come, especially in the 7th inning and beyond, there's nobody better. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. Curveball, 81 miles an hour. Missing there by Henches. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first, JP with 1 out. You're tied up at 3 after getting our ass kicked for pretty much 6 innings, as well as all 9 innings yesterday, losing 7-0. But you got to have that blind faith, like I mentioned early in the broadcast. All you need is 1 half inning of just, mediocre to bad baseball by the other team, pitching wise, and you can get right back in it. And that's exactly what happened. 1-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Henches to Julio. 2-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Julio. And Julio is challenging, but I don't know if you're going to win this. Looks like it's on the line. And that is strike 3. Down goes Julio. And that is 2 away. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Dom Bomb would be great. First pitch is low and away. 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour by Henches. 1-0 count. Come on, Dom. Throw to first and safe. Dominic Canzone in the box. Sam Henches on the mound. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Dominic Canzone. Take the walk if it's there, Dom. Two-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss, low and away. 4-seam fastball, 89 miles an hour there by Henches. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, 3-3. Giants and Mariners. And a little dribbler up the middle. Let's go. Run, baby, run. And J.P. Crawford hustling to third. And Dominic Canzone putting runners on the corners with 2 outs. Let's go. Let's go. Good job. Next up in the 4-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena, our all-star. Let's see if he can get an RBI here, so that way we can end up taking a 4-3 lead. All right, pitching change here for the Giants. Keaton Wynn, the righty, is coming in. All right, baby, let's go. Let's go, Mariner Moose. All right, Keaton Wynn entering the game, the righty. And we got runners at first and third with 2 outs. Randy Arozarena is our most consistent hitter. Now, from the beginning of the year, does he have a problem hustling to first? Yes. Does he suck at ground balls and left? Yes. Does he throw lobs instead of lasers once he gets the ball? Yes. But he is a damn good hitter and our most consistent this year. And let's see if that consistency can come up big with a single, double, or a home run, and we can end up taking the lead. We got another one from Mike here on the dono train. Sending a request, it looks like through Cash App instead of a dono itself. So I'm not sure what's going on that end with the Cash App, but 1-1 pitch fouled off there by Randy Arosarena. One-two pitch, high and away. But I don't know what's going on with that. But for those individuals, Chuck and that other individual as well, I'm not sure what buttons are being pushed and whatnot, But again, obviously, instead of a dono, it's sending a request for me to pay those two individuals. So obviously, I had to decline those. And Randy gets hit on the shoulder, and now we have bases loaded. So again, I'm not sure if that's a Cash App thing or just a user error, but please take a look, with those Cash App opportunities and make sure that you're selecting, the send rather than request. All right, here we go. Big opportunity here with bases loaded and 2 outs. All right, let's see if Josh Naylor now can step up and be a hero here. Doesn't even really need to swing for us to win the game. If he takes a walk or gets hit by a pitch and that runner comes from third, we can have that 4-3 lead. And as bad as things were going in the first 6 innings, again, you just have to have that blind faith. Bottom of the 8th, 3-3 tie after being blasted 7-0 yesterday and being blasted 3-0 for 6 innings. Randy got hit. Naylor got a walk. Cal tried to be a hero, couldn't get it done, and then Cole Young ended up hitting a 3-run jack. Let's see what we get here on Josh Naylor. First pitch to Naylor. Hard hit ball is foul. 0-1 count. And please, for the love of God, give me a leg kick, please. Then maybe we can actually get a blooper in the left or right field and go up 4-3 or 5-3. Come on, Josh. Pitch is fouled back behind the plate. And I'll go over the names of those individuals that sent the request for money on Cash App instead of sending, a dono instead. So that way, hopefully, we'll get that resolved. One was for 5, and I think another one was for 60. So not sure if it was user error or something on Cash Apps, but we'll go over that here during commercial break. Bases loaded with 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, 3-3 tie. Win on the mound, Naylor in the box. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Wynn to Naylor. Keaton Wynn on the mound, Josh Naylor in the box. One-two pitch, low and at the knees. Good take there by Naylor. Splitter 90 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Wynn to Naylor. Two-two pitch. And Naylor with a hit up the middle. Throw to first. And unfortunately, we leave bases loaded, stranded. Tight play there at first, but just couldn't get it done. So for the Chuck, $5, and for Mike Flores Medina, $60. But again, sending a request for me to pay rather than you to send a dono. All right, end of the 8th inning. And we have Andres Munoz coming in there for Bizardo. And hopefully we get the good Mooney. Usually when the game is tied or when we're only up by 1, Mooney has issues. When we're up by 2 or more, usually he's good to go. But we just have to hope that we get the good version of Andres Munoz here. All right, Mooney, let's get the job done. Next up, 1 for 3 with a run in an RBI. Shortstop Willie Adames, who homered yesterday with a grand salami and a homer today. Batting second in the 8-hole center fielder Drew Gilbert, and batting third in the 9-hole catcher Daniel Susak. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 60 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 141 likes, 59 to 200. We're at 49 on the Dono train, 51 to go. First pitch takes a strike, looking high and inside, 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 99 miles an hour there by Andres Munoz. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 9th, 3-3 Giants and Mariners. And you'll know how good Mooney is with his first 7 pitches. If he's locked in or if he is just terrible. There's not really an in-between for Mooney, at least not this year. 0-2 pitch. And we got a challenge coming here. This one could be on the line. Let's go. And that is strike 3. Great job there by Mooney. Great 100-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Awesome. Next up is Drew Gilbert. On deck is Daniel Susak. Good start so far with these first 3 pitches by Mooney and getting an out. And another strike. He's locked in, it looks like, so far. Four-seam fastball, 99 miles an hour, high and away, 0-1 count. Great start here. 0-1 pitch. And another strike. Wow, 5 straight strikes by Mooney. And that is not something that we've seen a lot in 2026. Obviously last year it was common, but again, Mooney has not been very good this year. And again, great start here. No balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Gilbert. Oh-2 pitch. Little dribbler towards first. Cole Young is there. Flip to Naylor, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Nice job there by Cole Clutch Young, getting the job done. And hopefully this will be the last batter here for the Giants in the top of the 9th, and we can win 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Next up is Daniel Susak. First pitch, popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, hitting triple digits, 100 miles an hour there by Andres Munoz. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled off into right field, out of play. No balls and 2 strikes from Mooney to Susak. Got to win this game 4-3 in regulation or in the 10th, 11th, or 12th. Preferably here in the bottom of the 9th if we can do it. But I guess beggars can't be choosers. I mean, a win is a win if you can get it. 0-2 pitch. Got him, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, let's see if we have the right batter coming up to make the play to win the game for us, and it looks like we do. Next up, 0 for 2, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 2 for 3 with a run, 3 RBIs, a 3-run home run, the hero so far, and he gets to bat second, Cole Clutch Young. Let's fucking go. And batting third, 0 for 3 with a K, Mr. Hustle himself, Luke Raley. I don't know if we're going to get anything out of Cal or out of Luke Raley, but if Cole Young, can end up working the count, he can end up winning this game single-handedly for us here tonight. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. $60 subs to go to 24,500. All right, Eric Miller is coming in. Game's almost over. First pitch fouled off there by Cal Raleigh, 0-1 count. Got to go get Paisley a little snack. Oh, 1 pitch from Miller. Big swing and a miss. Slider, 84 miles an hour there by Eric Miller. No ball, 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Oh-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Miller to Raleigh. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. One-two pitch. Hard hit ball. Right field, out of play. Sinker and 97 miles an hour there by Eric Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 9th, 3-3 Giants and Mariners. Big swing and a miss. And unfortunately, Cal just doesn't have the timing. He's just, not a very good player for the Mariners this season, with the injuries and the timing being off. But I'll tell you a guy that is a damn good player this year, and that is Cole Clutch Young. And let's see if he can end up bringing some of that Soto mojo and that Mariner magic. And he has one multi-homer in his career. Remember, he's only in his sophomore season. And let's see if he can end up being a hero here. First pitch is low and away. 1-0 count. I got Garver on deck, which is, I don't know if that's really ideal, instead of Luke Raley, but 1-0 pitch. Young with a little slow dribbler up the middle. Throw to first, and that is 2 away. This one might end up going into extras unless Mitch Garver ends up giving us a miracle. All right, Mitch Garver, you're getting a chance to come in because they got a lefty on the mound. And again, 4 home runs this season. And obviously, if you get to number 5, it'll be huge. No one expects anything out of you, whenever you play. And every once in a blue moon, you will do something special. Will that special day be today? We'll find out. Left-handed pitcher on the mound. That's why they went that route. First pitch with the strike looking on the line, low and away. And unless Garver can get a hold of one, this might end up going into extras, but I still think that we can win this game 4-3. If we can't win it here, definitely in 10, 11, or 12. 0-1 pitch to Garver. Big swing and a miss. Low and away. Sinker at 97 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Garver. Bottom of the 9th inning, 3-3, Giants and Mariners. 0-2 pitch. Low and at the knees there by Eric Miller. Slider missing, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning, 3-3, San Francisco and Seattle. Patrick with a tour. One-two pitch. High and away. I mean, the best case scenario for Garver in most at-bats is him getting walked, and that's a crazy thing to say, but, we'll see if he can end up getting that to happen, especially if we get one more ball here. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and we don't get the walk. We get the strikeout, and that is the end of the 9th inning. Patrick with another tour. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. All right, let's go to the top of the 10th inning and see who's up next here for the Giants. Next up for the Giants, 1 for 3 with a walk. Second baseman Luis Ariz. Batting second, 2 for 3 with a base on ball, DHing Bryce Eldridge. And batting third, 0 for 4 with a K, third baseman Casey Schmidt. Right, it's up. Let's go, M's. Now Jose Ferrer coming in. All right, Jose, we need a good version of you. Top of the 10th with a ghost runner at second with no outs. $60 subs to go to 24,500. Jose Ferrer on the mound. Luis Ariz in the box. And we're at 149 likes, 51 to 200. And Victor Robles is in center now. First pitch from Ferrer to Luis Arise, low and away, 1-0 count. Top of the 10th inning, runner at second with no outs. 1-0 pitch from Ferrer to Arise, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Arise. Come on, Jose. Two-0 pitch, low and away. Golly. 3 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Arise. And Ferrer has not been able to paint the corners or hit the strike zone a lot lately. This is not good. 3-0 pitch. Finally getting a strike down the middle with a sinker. 96 miles an hour. 3 balls and 1 strike with a runner at second and no outs. Top of the 10th inning, 3-3 Giants and Mariners after the Giants beat us down 7-0 yesterday, had a 3-0 lead for 6 innings, and then they hit Randy, walked Naylor, and Cole Young hit a 3-run jack, and that's where we're at right now. Slow dribbler up the middle. Emerson is there. Throw to first. Got him. What a play by Colt Emerson, saving the game. Wow. Nice job there. Great to have the CNC factory do their thing. Colt Emerson and Cole Young. I see you. Great job. Saving the game right there. Preventing that runner from going to third and getting the out at first. Beautiful. Bailing out Jose Ferrer. Next up is Bryce Eldridge. On deck is Casey Schmidt. First pitch to Eldridge is a strike right down the middle, 0-1 count. And Ferrer steps off the mound. Come on, baby. Got to find a way. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing. Does he go? No, he doesn't. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ferrer to Eldridge. One pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at second and 1 out. Top of the 10th, 3-3 Giants and Mariners. Little dribbler towards first and foul. Sinker in 97 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at second with 1 out. Jose Ferrer on the mound. Bryce Eldridge in the box. All right, Hawks. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Slider missing the corner there. 88 miles an hour by Jose Ferrer. Count now is full again, and it seems like it's been a common thing for Jose lately. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at second with 1 out. 3-2 pitch. And a hard hit ball to shallow center field. Robles is there with the catch. And a nice throw. Randy Arozarena could only dream of making a throw that strong. And that is 2 away. And we keep that runner at second base, which is critical. Nice job there by Victor Robles. Next up is Casey Schmidt. On deck is Rafael Devens. They're automatically walking Schmidt. I don't know if I like that decision. So you're going to walk Schmidt, and then you're going to face Devers. I don't know. We'll see if Dan Wilson is smart or if he's an idiot. First pitch right down the middle for a strike. Sinker at 97 miles an hour, 0-1 count. There we go. Back-to-back strikes right down the middle. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Top of the 10th, we're knotted at 3. O2 pitch, a little dribbler towards third. And JP toe taps the bag, but it is foul. Good hustle there by JP at third, even though the play was foul. O2 pitch. And fouls that one behind the plate to the T-Mobile bricks. No balls, 2 strikes, runners at first and second with 2 outs. Top of the 10th, we're tied at 3 after being down 3-0 for 6 innings. They end up hitting Randy, walking Naylor, and then Cole Young hit a 3-run jack. Got him! Big swing and a miss, and we leave those runners stranded. Great job. Down goes Devers. And good job there by Jose Ferrer, even though he didn't really look that great in those first 2 batters. But got that last out when we needed it the most. Great job. All right, time to win the game here in the bottom of the 10th. See if we can get a walk-off home run or if we can find a way to get back-to-back hits and end up getting an RBI to win this game. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 3 with a K. Shortstop, Colt Emerson. Let's go, Colt. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a base on ball. Third baseman, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. And batting third, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. First came back after missing a week and a half, after getting hit in the head by the Angels, Julio Rodriguez. And that would be real sweet if we could get one of these with Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. Right hands up. Let's go, M's. Let's win this game. It could be a turning point for our season, after the All-Star break for sure. Gained another sub during the commercial break. 59 subs to go to 24,500. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do. We got 310 in the room. And where are we at on the likes? We are at 157. $43 to $200. We're at 51 on the dono train, 49 to go. Colt Emerson, 25% of his hits are home runs. But the problem is, even though he's got 7 home runs and he only has around 28, 29 hits, that was pretty good earlier, but now his batting average is closer to 200 rather than 250, 260 where he was at. So obviously we know he can swing the bat, but lately he's been a little bit of a slump. And we know we can count on him for his defense, obviously saving a run, obviously a few minutes ago, but in the box. Hopefully he can be a little bit more patient. He's been a little overly aggressive, and hopefully he'll be able to take a pitch or two and, find his way on pitch 4, pitch 5, pitch 6. And if he's able to get to that, then something special could happen. We got Dylan Smith on the mound, and we got a pitcher violation already. And I got Victor Robles at second, and he's got some great speed. So, he can go from second to third and second to home pretty quick. see if we can get this victory. After playing the Marlins and the Rays and yesterday getting blasted 7-0. Bunt attempt. Go, 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 go. There we go. Beautiful bunt attempt by Colt Emerson. Yeah, you might not be able to do a whole lot hitting-wise lately, but you can definitely drop a bunt down with the best. Great job, Colt. Getting that runner to third base. Beautiful. Small ball is king. Next up is J.P. Crawford. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. Let's see if JP can end up being a hero here, or Julio. First pitch from Smith to JP, low and away, 1-0 count. Try to hit up. Let's go, M's. Come on, JP. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike from Smith to Crawford. JP is our most patient hitter on the team. Dom and Cole Young probably second and third after that. And hopefully he'll be able to work this count. 1-1 pitch. There we go. Takes a pitch inside. Great job, JP. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at third, Victor Robles, 90 feet away with 1 out. Let's go. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss right down the middle. Nasty splitter there by Smith. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Smith to Crawford. Come on, JP. Two-two pitch. And a little check swing that goes behind the plate. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Smith. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Smith to Crawford. Pitch is high and away. Splitter, 83 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Smith to JP. Take the walk, JP. Take the walk. There we go. JP takes the walk. And that's what happens when you're the most patient hitter on the team. Great job. And now we got runners on the corners with 1 out. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Come on, Julio. You don't even need to hit a home run to be a hero. Just a single, and we win 4-3. Let's go, J-Rod. First game back after the concussion. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's go, Julio. Let's go, J-Rod. First pitch, big swing and a miss there by Julio. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour. 0-1 count. Julio, hard hit ball, deep left field, caught, run, tag up, go, 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 and the Mariners win. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, Julio Rodriguez with a sac fly. Victor Robles tagging up and scoring from third, 4-3 M's. And remember, we were down 7-0 yesterday. We were down 3-0 for 6 innings, and a lot of people lost hope. But I try to keep it positive, letting you know all it takes is 1/2 inning of a little bit of a meltdown by the opposing pitcher, and you can make it happen. And what happened? Randy Arozarena got hit by a pitch. Josh Naylor took a walk. Cole Young hit a 3-run jack, and then we finally get a chance to win here in extras. Julio with a sac fly to left, Robles scoring from third, and this is actually one of the most satisfying wins all year. I mean, we know how bad things have been for us this year, and what a huge win for us, considering how things happened yesterday. Great job, MVP Cole Young, and as well as Julio Rodriguez for making that big play there at the end of the game. Great job. Let's go. Let's go over the stats. Satisfying win, man. And again, if we would have lost this game, it would have been pretty depressing. But again, all you need need to know is you have to be positive and have that blind faith. When things, go wrong in life, it's just like the Mariners. It happens often, but again, you just have to have faith that someone can come up big. And luckily, we have one of the best second basemen in the game in his sophomore season, and his name is Cole Clutch Young, and he is fucking as clutch as it gets. Let's go. Awesome win. All right, let's go over the stats for both teams like we do every game. Luis Arise, 1 for 4. Bryce Eldridge, 2 for 4. Casey Schmidt, 0 for 4. Rafi Devers, 1 for 5 with an RBI and a home run. Elliot Ramos, 1 for 4. Jung-Hoo Lee, 0 for 4. Willie Adames, 1 for 4 with a home run. Had the grand salami yesterday, but his home run today wasn't enough. Drew Gilbert, 1 for 4 with a run. And Daniel Susak ended up going 0 for 4. And then now let's go to the Mariners. JP Crawford 0 for 3, but obviously a nice clutch walk there at the end. Julio Rodriguez 0 for 4, but got that sac fly for the RBI for the game winner. Nice job, Julio, in his first game back. Already making a difference like I knew he would. Dominic Canzone 1 for 4. Randy Rosarina 0 for 2 with a run. Josh Naylor 0 for 3 with a run. Cal Raleigh 0 for 3. And the hero of the game, besides Julio Rodriguez, Cole Clutch Young, 2 for 4 with 3 ribbies and a big 3-run jack when we were down 3-0 to tie it up 3-3. And again, 6 innings of really hard to watch Mariner baseball in that bottom of the 7th. Cole Young doing Cole Young clutch things. Great job. Luke Raley 0 for 3. And Colt Emerson 0 for 3. Great job there by Cole Young. Great job by Julio getting that sac fly. And final score in 10 innings, Mariners 4, Giants 3. And again, we've had a lot of really hard, tough losses. But again, we've had some really good comeback victories. And this is one of the best victories of the entire season. Yeah, I understand the Giants don't have a good record, but you have to understand where we're at. And again, things have not really gone our way this season, even though we have a lot of talent. But again, if you just have that blind faith and you have faith in me and faith in the Mariners, again, good things can happen from time to time. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Shout out to Patrick, Reflect, Sean, Patrick, Reflect, Patrick. And I know Chuck and a few of those others. I don't know if it was an error on the Cash App, sending me a request to send them money rather than sending a dono my way. But again, hopefully they'll get that figured out. And I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And then obviously we have a game tomorrow. And Don with a 20. Appreciate you, Don. Don is always coming up clutch. And our next game will be tomorrow, and it'll be a little bit earlier. It's going to be at 1:10 Pacific. So make sure you set your schedules accordingly. And it will be Robbie Ray, the former Seattle Mariner, versus Logan Gilbert. And Gilbert has been pitching well as of late. I am super excited to be able to see Robbie Ray. And Robbie's actually done pretty well since leaving the Mariners, so it's not going to be easy. I'm excited to see Robbie Ray. I'm excited to see Logan Gilbert, and I'm definitely excited to see Julio and Cole Clutch Young do their thing again. Appreciate you, Don. Don with a 20. What a great game. And again, out of all the games that we played this year, this is definitely in the top 5 as far as comeback victories. When you're down 3-0 and you get blasted 7-0 yesterday, sometimes it doesn't feel like you're going to come back, but I always feel that we can come back as long as we're not down by more than 5 runs. And when we were down 3, we were just waiting for a meltdown. We got one from Logan Webb, and there it is. What a great comeback victory. Final score, Mariners 4, Giants 3 in 10. And make sure you guys are setting your schedules and your clocks accordingly. I will be live tomorrow at 1:10 Pacific. Robbie Ray versus Logan Gilbert. Let's win the series and get another dub to get to 500 tomorrow. Let's get it, baby. Love you guys and I appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Sports like us, your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Try to up and go Mariners. Woo!